Hi, I'm Marco and welcome to Barista. I have to say I'm redoing this video, and what I want this video to be about is set the scene. This is the scenario. You've just received a nice new coffee machine over Christmas or the festive season. Could be a Sage, could be a Ninja, could be a beautiful prosumer machine like this ECM Synchronica. You've also probably been gifted some coffee that you've never used before. And if you have a little quick peek, these are different roast levels of coffee. Your light, your medium, your dark roast. So as you can see, the dark roast is a little bit more shiny. The oils have started to come out. You've got a puffy milk chocolatey colour there with your medium roast, and then maybe more of a sandy colour on the light roast coffee here. With that in mind, this is a bit of fun experimenting with different recipes on each of these roast levels. I also wanted to redo this video and just to reassure people it's not a health video. It's not being health scared or conscious or any of those things. So it's probably best if I kind of explain a little bit more detail about these roast levels of coffee. And basically acrylamide forms early in the roasting process, and then it breaks down as the roast develops, which is why coffee contains very little compounds compared to starchy foods like crisps and burnt toast. So what I'm trying to say is all of these roast levels are good for you, and there's very little acrylamides compared to starchy foods. There's actually, in a weird way, there's more kind of acrylamides in a lighter roast because it's not developed and roasted and it doesn't break down as much during the roast process. There's actually the least amount in dark roast coffee. But I find a medium roast is the sweet spot. Acrylamide has already dropped off as it roasts, and you still get plenty of natural antioxidants and polyphenols that avoids some of those harsher like compounds that can be found in darker roasts. So there you go. Let's get that out the way. It's just about having fun with different roast levels, and one of my treats is a dark roast because that's what I was brought up on. And what a lot of people struggle with is they phone me up and they say, oh, my grinder's blocking, and what I basically discover is they're trying to do a 2-to-1 with a dark roast coffee. And what I mean by 2-to-1 is 18 grams in, 36 out, so you're doubling the amounts in 30 seconds. However, you could try a 3-to-1 with dark roast coffee, or a 2.5-to-1. This will all become, a little bit more clear when I start to make a coffee the traditional way with a traditional dark roast, and it is yummy and it is delicious. And let's get on with it. We have an extra dark navigator. So you've seen the extra dark navigator in here. This normally is a slightly lighter roast, the navigator that we sell on the website, and I like it as a 2.5-to-1 ratio, the navigator normally. This is kind of an experimental extra dark one, just as a treat for me, and what we're going to do is a 3-to-1. So we're going to start with 18 grams and we're looking for 55-60 out. As the dark roast coffee is a little bit more brittle, you can be a little bit more coarse on the grind level as well. So let's start making the shot. The reason why you want a little bit more water is to, a 3-to-1 ratio, is to balance out, some of the, the little increased bitterness. That'll do, 18 grams, more or less. And that extra water, that 3-to-1, helps give it a good balance, body and mouthfeel. Okay, so there you go, that lovely dark colour. I mean, I'm going to go old school with this, and before levelers were a thing, you would use the ball of your index finger. So I'm just going to tap out the air pockets, but you would kind of do this motion as well to move the coffee into the walls of the basket. A firm tamp again, to the point where you can't feel it compress. And what's really good about the the dark roast coffee is this was your classic Italian roast, Italian portions. So even though it's a double, you would get two nice 1 fluid ounce, 30 grams roughly in each cup. So we're going to see this instead with these nice shot glasses, and because it's a darker roast, you should be able to get more crema with this roast level as well. This ECM Synchronica allows me to drop the brew temperature down as well to 90 degrees, which also helps, because if it's too hot, again, you're going to get more solubility and probably an over extraction and more bitterness. So you just want a more smoother, sweeter shot, and dropping the brew temp also helps there. I need to work on the way I level my tamp, but there we go. Lovely, deep, syrupy, dark, chocolatey colour, and then you've got your lovely classic blonding stage going on there as well. And normally the 1 fluid ounce mark will be here, but as you can see, this ratio with you know, dark roast coffee, you get this lovely, you know, crema that seems to happen. There we go. I can't help it, I've got to try some of this. This is a little treat for me. I don't often have dark roast coffee anymore. Oh man, it's so like body and depth and toffee and richness and toasty notes that yeah, they bring back lovely memories there. So it's also really great if you add milk to this base, this espresso base as well. So that would have given me approximately 55-60 grams out in around about 30 seconds, and it just lends itself to those lovely flavours, that ratio. Now, you don't have to do 3-to-1, but you can try it, and just to see what you think as a personal preference. You can drop the brew temperature as well. So there's lots of things you can do, and this is definitely one recipe that I think you should try if you've received some dark roast coffee and you're not too sure how to make it. Okay, moving on from dark roast, we'll go to probably light roast coffee next, because that also throws up lots of different questions. Here is the light roast this time. So we've got this lovely Ethiopian Barista, really fruity, you know, the acidity in a good way. So normally Ethiopian coffees can be quite citrusy, grapefruit, orangey notes, lemony notes. And we're going to try, I think we're going to try on this, because this is purely down to you now. This could be a 2-to-1, it could be, well, some people say a 1 to 1.5 or 1.8 to 1, gets a bit tricky, or a 1 to 2.5 ratio, or you could try bumping up the brew temperature. So on the Synchronica, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go from 90 degrees up to 95. So as light roast coffee is a little bit more dense, it's a little bit more hard, we want a higher temperature to make that coffee more soluble in the water. So I'm going for a higher brew temp on this, and I've gone a little bit more fine on the grind compared to the dark roast coffee, and we'll then experiment to see what ratio that we get out and go from there. So we're just before grind level 2 on this light roast coffee. Oh, that was lucky. We'll tap good luck. So I'm going to use a leveler this time with this light roast coffee. Create a bit of a shard there. So a little bit of distribution. Oh, so I'm going to use a leveler, but I can't see one to hand. That's good enough anyway. Tap out the air pockets. Give it a nice firm tamp, as level as you can. This looks like quite a compacted puck. This time it's not as easy for ratios, so we're going to use scales. fact, we're going to go with just one. If I can try and get in there, it'll have a better taste all round. There we go. So this is a much longer pre-infusion here. It was like an 8 seconds before it started to drop. So this is going to be a low ratio and also a high brew temp. So I'm going to stop it around about 33 seconds. So this is like a 1 to 1.5 ratio here. It's like a lovely double ristretto in a way. This is going to be intense and fun, completely different to the dark roast coffee that I just tried. Wow, that is, gosh, that's jowly. That's like your old school sweet shop with a sour apple sweets in the tub, and it gets you on the side, but oh, there's a lovely pleasant aftertaste. It's really clean, and it just finishes on the palate really nicely. I must admit, I would enjoy that on its own, maybe more than the dark roast coffee. The dark roast coffee with a little bit of milk to balance it out. But wow, that's wonderful. Real lemony notes as well. So yes, it's fun. I'm not saying this is the right ratio, the right way to do it. You decide. That's the most crucial thing, and it's your palate, it's your taste. Medium roast. I'm not going to dwell too much on this because everyone's seen it 1,000 times. This is our embankment blend. This is the crowd pleaser, nutty, chocolatey tones, bang in the middle of the medium roast, where those lovely polyphenols, antioxidants are, as I mentioned earlier. This is your classic 2 to 1. So 18 grams in, 36 out, in anywhere between 25 to 32 seconds. You can decide. It's a guideline, so you might like it at 32, you might like a little bit more of a dose in, a little bit more out, or a little bit less out. I personally like a double ristretto, so it's going to track if I had 18 grams in at 36 out in 30 seconds, but I might cut it at 22 to 24 seconds, and you get a little bit more of that intense double ristretto part of the shot. So embankment is your classic medium roast, 18, 36 and roughly 30 seconds. I'm not going to go through that. Everyone kind of sees that everywhere, and I want some more focus on the other recipes and ratios you can do with dark and light. There's lots of great coffees out there, and you'll find one that's going to it's just going to work for you. So enjoy your equipment you've probably got for Christmas, enjoy your new grinder, and if you have got some coffee that's not normally your flavour, so to speak, or your roast level, try it and try some different recipes. If you liked this video, and if you liked the way that I try different ratios, and you'd like to see more of these type of videos, please remember to like and subscribe. The subscribes are really important as we get to build momentum with the videos on Bella Barista. And any other questions, please drop them in the comments. I hope I've tackled this. It's fun. It's not about the health aspect. It doesn't need to be, because burnt toast and crisps have got way more kind of volatiles in them than what coffee has. Enjoy every roast level to your heart's content.